Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm doing a playthrough of the A.R.T project. This is a solo co-op game where you are trying to recover stolen art with dice-based combat, some card and resource choices, and disclaimer that I got a review copy of this one. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our podcast for other reviews and discussions, or join the conversation and come say hi on our Discord. So there are 6 different maps, 6 different scenarios, each with their own special rules in the A.R.T project. In this one, I'm playing on the suggested starting map, which is Japan. Doesn't have any special rules. And you have 2 to 6 players in the game. There is also a solo mode that I'll be using here that's sort of like a modified 2-player game. And it's you versus these white hands, which represent the agents that are stealing the pieces, works of art that you're trying to rescue. And basically, you're trying to move around the board, deal with these hands as they pop up, and wait until art pops up on the board. And then if you can go and defeat all the people there and rescue it, you get to put it on this little track here. And once this is completely filled up, you win the game. And to fight the agents in cities, you'll be doing a bit of dice-based combat. You roll some dice. You can unlock more by spending resources for them. And you have to equal a value that will increase as you rescue more art pieces, and will also increase based on the number of hands, agents that are there. And in the game, you're working with 4 different resource types. You've got fuel, which is used to move, guns, which are used for mitigating your roles in combat, and radios, which are used to unlock new ally dice, these black dice here. You spend radios to permanently add 1 to every combat in the game, so the more you get, the more powerful you'll be. And then finally, you've got hearts. Each player has their own supply of hearts, although in the solo mode, I just have 1 big supply. And these are wild. Anytime you don't have a given resource, you can spend hearts instead. But if anybody ever runs out of hearts, that's another way to lose the game. And the main mechanic of the game is working with these cards here. At the beginning of each round, each player is going to draw some, and they'll make choices with them. First, they'll have to discard certain resources, although in this case, none. They'll have to place more agents on the board. They'll gain certain resources, and then the cards get flipped. These icons both will allow you to eventually unlock and place art pieces on the board, those ones you need to win the game. But additionally, you can discard the cards as mitigation for bad rolls in combat. And eventually, you're going to get to this end tile when there's only a little bit of the cards left in the game. And if you don't win by the end of that round, that's another way you can lose. All right, the rest will reveal itself as we play, so let's jump into a solo playthrough in Japan of the A.R.T project. So the first step of each round is the mission step, and normally it's going to be 2 cards per player, and they'll resolve 1 of them, but in the true solo mode, you draw 3 cards and resolve 2 of them. And again, what's on the top is what I have to lose, what's on the bottom is what I gain, and the middle is where new agents are going to be placed. And additionally, you'll earn the icons to help you place art on the board. Whenever you have 3 or more of a kind of a given icon, you'll place an art piece there. And this is pretty great. This is the exact spot that I'm starting in. So I could just put some art there right away. But on the negative side, this is 3 agents placed in the exact same location. And when you have too many agents in one spot, then you have what's called a lost city, and you can't move there anymore or get art there anymore. I probably don't want to do that. But I do want to get some more radios. So I'm going to pick this card first. I have to resolve 2 of them, remember. I'm going to spend 1 ammo and 1 heart. Then I'm going to place 2 more agents in the city with the film icon. 5 is the magic number where if you leave them in the city at the end of the round, it will become lost. So you want to always try to keep cities below 5 by fighting them or whatever. And finally, I gain 2 radios and 1 fuel. And I flip the card over, and now it's going to be 2 of those icons towards unlocking an art piece. Okay, now... So I am worried about putting more people in that same city, but I don't really want to pick this option either because there's only a maximum of 6 of each of the basic resources, not hearts, but the other ones. So getting 3 fuel when I already have 4 would be wasting 1. See, I am going to resolve this card as well. So the 3rd card I discard. So I spend another ammo. I place another agent over here. So that is 5, but nothing bad happens yet. They have to still be there at the end of the turn. And I get a heart. No max the number of hearts you can hold. And then I flip this over, and because there are at least 3 of one type, I discard these cards, which is unfortunate because now I don't have these icons to mitigate the luck of the combat. And now an art piece is here. We will pick it up at the end of any move step, which we'll see in a second, if no agents are there, or at the end of a combat step if we defeat the agents. But for the moment, my higher priority is to take care of this giant space before I lose a city on the first round. Okay, now that I've resolved my missions, the next step of the round is the movement step, and I can move each character as much as I want, but each move is going to cost me 1 fuel per space I move. And in the true solo mode, your supporting character, which is this blue one in my case, they can help you fight if they're in the same space as where you are fighting, but they cannot initiate fights on their own. Like if I went here and fought these people, they would not be able to fight here by themselves, whereas in an actual multiplayer game they would. But they can pick up art pieces if there aren't any agents there, which might not always come up, but it's a nice little option to have. Now, do I need this person to help me fight? The total I need to roll on the d6 dice, I get 1 for each character there, plus more if I unlock some of those black ally dice by spending radios. The total I need to beat is this number here, the leftmost one that I haven't covered, so 6, plus the number of agents, so that's an 11. So even with 2 dice, the average I'm going to get is only a 7. So I think I am going to move both of us there with 2 of my 4 fuel. And then additionally, I'm going to get my first allied die. And the cost of allied dice, kind of like this white value is their strength, is equal to the leftmost uncovered black value here. So I need 6 radios. I've only got 5. But the golden rule of the game is that you can always use hearts if you have run out of the other resource. So I couldn't choose to use hearts and keep the radios. I have to have no more radios left. But here I can make up the 6th one that I'm missing to get an ally die. Which means that I put it here, and permanently for the rest of the game, in every combat, I will get a free die there. So if I'm by myself, I'll roll an orange die and a black die. If we're all together, I'll roll orange, blue, and black, which is what I'm going to do here in the fight step. And again, I'm trying to equal 6 plus 5, 11. For mitigation, I can discard after I roll guns to get plus 2 to my roll for each one discarded. And again, with the golden rule, I can also discard hearts if I don't have any guns left. So I can guarantee that I'll win. Additionally, if you lose a combat and don't want to spend resources to get yourself up to the number you need, you can just take a single heart as a consolation prize and let yourself get injured. And if I had cards left over after I roll, I could discard cards, and the number of icons, in this case 2, would let me re-roll 2 of my dice, and you can keep on doing that until you're happy with the results. So that's all the rules for combat, but let's get actually into it. So I'm looking for an 11, and 6, 9, 12. Heck yeah, we got it without you having to use anything else. When you win a combat somewhere, you discard every single agent there, so we just bought ourselves some time. And if there was an art piece there, we would also immediately rescue it, which is going to decrease the cost of allied dice, but increase the strength of the agents you're fighting. But in this case, the book is what is revealed so far. And then the last step of the round is the end of round step, and all you got to do there is if you have 5 or more agents in a space, you discard all of them, and that city becomes lost. What does a lost city mean? You can never spawn art there, you can never move into or through that space again, so it can lock you out of entire areas of the board, and whenever you would put an agent in a lost city, you instead put them over here, and they will add +1 for each agent here to every combat for the rest of the game. So you don't want to let cities become lost unless it's absolutely necessary. But that is 1 round down. We're going to do 3 more mission cards, picking 2 of them, and keep going. And as a note, if you ever have bad luck and the cards are exactly what you don't want, you can spend any resource to draw extra cards as many times as you want, so that you have more options, but you'll still only resolve 1 per player in multiplayer or 2 per player in solo. All right. So this one gets me 2 books, which is pretty good. 2 hearts is amazing. No resource cost, but 3 paintings would be enough to make another space become lost over there. So I think I'm not going to do that one. And I'm going to do this one instead, or these 2, I should say. And you can do them in whatever order you want. I want to get the radio so that I can then spend the radio, because otherwise I'd have to spend a heart, since you can always use those. So I'll do this one first, placing 2 agents where I just cleared them out, but hey, it's better than somewhere else. And then I get 1 radio and 1 heart, and 2 icons towards unlocking stuff. And then I'm going to spend the radio, place an agent here where artifacts will show up, and here where musical compositions will show up. But it gets me a bunch of fuel and some ammo. All right. And now we've got 3 icons to play with. And again, when 3 of a kind shows up, you have to discard cards with at least 3 icons of that type, and then you'll get another art on the board. So now the move step, what do I want to do? Do I want to go back here and get my first art piece? It's only going to make the combat tougher, but I do need to get them to win. And it would also make allies only cost 5 radios instead of 6. I could alternatively just stay here and defeat these 2 guys and then go back there the next turn, but That's okay. All right, I'm going to do 2 fuel. I don't need to bring my ally with me because 2 plus 6 is only 8. So between my die and the black die, I have a pretty good chance of making it. But let's just make it super easy and bring us both in there. So again, I'm looking for 6 plus 2 agents, 8. Oh my gosh, is that a 7? I could spend an ammo, but I like to keep my resources up, so I'm going to discard this single film icon to just reroll the 1. There we go, that's enough. So these 2 agents are defeated, and I have recovered a book that was stolen. How dare you try to erase literature? So now it's going to be 8 plus the number of agents for all my combats, but I only need 5 radios to recruit. Of course, I have 0 at the moment, so that's not too helpful. That's the end of round 2. Let's go into round 3. Oof. That one wants 2 radios. This one's going to put 3 people in that space. So unless I go and fight there, it's going to make that city be lost because there's already 2 there. But it gets me 2 hearts and a gun, which might be enough to defeat them. Yeah, and then I would have enough. Okay, yeah, so let's do this. So first I'll go ahead and spend my 2 guns and place a 4th agent down here to boost my fuel levels up to 4. That gets me a second painting. And then, oh geez, I just realized I'm going to get a painting unlocked, aren't I? Well, that's okay. I'm going to place 3 agents on the sculpture area, and I will try to get there and kill them in a second. That's going to give me 2 hearts, which is pretty awesome, because again, those are wild, and an ammo. And now this part's not great. I am wasting 3 icons because all these are doubles, but I have to discard these because we have 1, 2, 3 pieces of arts or portraits, which goes up here. Okay, so what do I want to do here? I have 4 fuel, which would be enough to get both of us here. I could just spend 2 fuel and have more to play with and get there by myself. 5 plus 8 is 13, which means 2 dice. I mean, even with 3 dice, it's going to be tough. Yeah, I think as much as I hate it, I'm going to spend all of my fuel, which means all I have resource-wise is a gun and a lot of hearts. I'm probably going to have to spend a bunch of hearts here soon. And I don't have time to go up and get that art yet. I'm hoping for a good roll here because I don't have any cards to discard to re-roll. 8 plus 5 is 13. Come on. That's not it. Oh, Lord. 5 and 6. To get to 13, what do I need? I need 7 more. That's 4. Okay, this is horrific, but I really don't want to lose a city yet, so I guess I'll discard my only gun and then 3 more hearts to count as guns, each being plus 2. That's plus 8, 10, 14 over 13. That was bad, y'all. Yeah, maybe I should not have chosen that card. That made that city become lost. But hey, we are very low on hands in most places except the artifact city. But we're also so low on resources, so this could be crushing because everything they're going to want me to spend here I'm not going to have. Okay. All right, well, let's go for this one first. So I have to spend a gun. I don't have one, so that's another heart. And then somebody's going here. That's the 4th one in that city. But I get a radio and a heart back, so that wasn't too bad. Yeah, between these 2, this one seems a little bit easier to deal with. So I'm going to lose the radio I just got, but I don't have to place any agents, and I get a fuel. Not that I'm planning to move anywhere this turn. And that goes there. And yeah, with a single fuel and not much else, I think I'm just going to hang out where I am and skip all the fighting since there's nobody to fight and go right into another round. What have we got? A gun to get a fuel. Yeah, all of these are just, they're trading 2 resources for another 2 or 1 for 1, so I'm not really coming out ahead at all. But this city would become lost if we add 2 there, so I think I'm going to do both of these. Okay, so I'm losing in total 3 guns, which is going to be 3 hearts, but then I'm gaining 2 hearts back, and I'm getting a fuel, and adding 2 agents to the empty literature spot. And then I'm kind of hoping, yeah, good. I didn't want to unlock any more art. I want to have ways to win combats. And once again, I'm too scared to go anywhere, so let's just keep on keeping on. Okay, good. Let's do this one. Almost sight unseen because I have the fuel to spend and it gets me a bunch of other resources, so definitely doing that. 2 more agents go here, so we got a lot of 4 spots now. But I'm getting a gun, a radio, and a heart. That's awesome. And then got 2 books, but no other doubles. And then, I want to get me some more radios. Oh, and no agents. I like that. Yeah, even though it's going to hurt in some other ways. And it'll also get me art on the music place. That's cool. But yeah, so gun, fuel, heart. That's almost everything I had. But I do get 2 radios. So 2 away from getting another ally. And now with 3 music symbols, we've got more art that I'm too weak to get. I'm such a coward right now. I don't want to die. Yeah, for any of those playing in the future, I always forget this rule, even though I set it for myself each time I play. It's really bad to get yourself into a major resource rut Ooh, but hey, this one's nice. It's the space that I'm already in. I don't mind that at all. It just gets me a fuel for nothing. That's very cool. And then, yeah, I can give up a radio. Place somebody in the book spot. There's 2 there, so that'll make 3. But it gets me 2 more hearts, 2 more wilds. Still nothing is a triple. I could probably go fight now. I've got a lot of mitigation. I'm sort of scared to get another art piece until I build up more stuff. So let's see. If I go here, it's 4 plus 8 is 12. Oh man, I can't handle that, can I? You know what, let's just stay where I am and kill this single guy. So 1 plus 8 is 9. Oh man, that was a really good roll too. I would have gotten 11 even without my ally die. All right, well I defeated them. Clears away a single hand. Not really enough. All right, come on now, give me some more radios. Ooh. Yes, let's do that. And there's not too many people on that city either. Okay, so I'm spending my only fuel. And I'm putting an agent down in the... But I get 3 radios, which is enough to add an ally. And then I do get another skull. So we're going to put down an artifact art cube. It's the 3rd one. I got to start collecting these. All right, and then... do I take 3 hearts to get 2 hearts back? And then unlock... Oh, you know what? There's no space for... look, this would be 3 portraits, but there's already an art piece on the portrait, which means I would waste the 3 of a kind. So I guess we'll do this one. Getting 2 agents in our city. And then, unfortunately, only 1... Oh, wait, hold on. Actually, that's right. You can call for allies at any point, because I was about to waste a radio, because I can only hold 6. But if I spend the 5 now... Because again, you can do it at any time to get 2 allies unlocked. Then I can get the full 2 radios and 1 heart from this. And that will get another book art piece out. And yeah, now I should probably start going to collect things. Oh my gosh, there's so many 4 cities. I don't even have any fuel to move, though. Maybe this turn I just kill guys where I am. Maybe? Yeah, because I hate to waste my hearts and get a little greedy, although time is running down. I'm sure that's enough, right? It was 2 guys plus 8 is 10. Oh yeah, way more than enough. All right, so now what I'm really hoping this turn is that I can get some fuel and only fill up like 1 city, and that way I can go to that one. Let's see. Okay, so 1 in the artifact place would be 1 too many. 1 in the film place would be 1 too many. None of them are getting me fuel. Well, so be it, I guess. All right, well, let's at least do the one that's a little bit closer. Okay, so I'm going to do this one. I'm going to spend 1 of my 2 radios and place the 5th person here, so that will be lost in a second if I don't do anything about it, but I'm getting 2 guns and a skull. And then I don't want to do this one, even though I like giving up a gun better, so I'm going to do this one. I don't have any fuel, so I'm giving up a heart for a fuel and another heart, but getting a radio. And, oh my gosh, we're spawning another art piece. Ooh, and it's actually on my space. The problem with that, though, is that the end of movement phase will trigger picking it up, and then the combat phase is after, which means this fight will be harder, but yeah, I think it's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to spend a single heart in the movement phase to move myself up here and stop that city from being lost. And then at the end of the movement phase, because we are sharing a place, my ally, with an empty art piece, we get that one, and now I'm fighting 15 over here. With 3 dice, 2 guns, and a couple cards to discard for rerolls. Oh my god. All right, well, let's go ahead and reroll both of those. Remember, I could just let the combat happen and take a single point of damage. Maybe I should. Even if both of these are 6s, that's still only 13. A gun would make it 15. Well, let's try it. Okay, so 7 to get to 15 would need 8. That'd be 4 guns. Otherwise, the city's lost. If the city's lost, I would lose a heart anyway. All right, whatever. I'm doing it. I only have 2 hearts left. This is definitely a bad idea, Mike. But hey, I cleared out the city. Yay. Some terrible, terrible luck there. All right. Oh, gosh, I could die here very, very easily. Looks like the only option that wouldn't kill me, because I couldn't do like this one, because I would immediately have to spend 2 hearts and die. Yeah, I think if I do that... I spend a heart, but I get a gun and a radio. So that one was nice. And then I'm doing this one, giving up 1 of those radios, putting a person on the skull space. So that's definitely going to become lost. But I get a gun and a fuel. So I've actually, this is terrible, but I'm pretty decent in terms of actual resources. All right, and then I can't really afford to go anywhere. So sadly, I'm going to let this city become lost. These people go away. The art piece is gone. I can never move in there again, and I really, 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 really don't want to spawn anybody on skull spaces with my cards, because that would just boost every combat for the rest of the game. It's not going great, y'all. Not going great. All right, but let's draw. Okay, that would kill me. So no. This, oh gosh, is that a freaking skull? Okay. Okay. Darn it. This one will kill me no matter what, though. That one's also a skull. Now, I could spend resources to draw another card. Let's try that. I'll spend one of the guns to draw a fourth card. Okay, that one looks way better. Yeah. Although, crud, I need a gun for both of these that don't have skulls on them. Oh, that one would kill me anyway. Okay, so I guess I'll just suck it up and put one skull down with this one. Oh my gosh, the friggin' the music one's going to become lost too. Okay, anyway, I'm doing the gun first. Then a person on the books. There's 4 agents there. I'm getting a radio. And then I'm putting a skull, so that's a permanent boost to everybody. And one on the music, which is also about to become lost. But I get a gun and a fuel and a radio, which is one shy of calling in another ally. And any doubles? I don't really want them. Okay. Can I go in here and win the fight? Could spend 2 fuel to go in, but then I would have to get to 15 with 3 dice and a gun. So I need to roll a 13 on 3 dice. And the average on 3 dice is 10 to 11. My D&D attribute rolls remind me. So what really sucks is that I have 4 radios, so I'm one shy of getting another ally die. But I don't have the one, I only have 1 heart, so I can't spend it. Gosh, I can't believe I let my hearts get so low. So yeah, in all honesty, I think I gotta let this one go too. This is horrific, y'all. It's the worst I've done at the game. All right, that's 2 lost cities down. There is a harder mode, by the way. You can start with fewer life at the beginning, so I'm not even playing on like the hardest mode right now. Well, hold on. I do have a lot of rerolls. Okay, never mind. I'm doing it. Come back here, art. Come back here, hands. We're going to make this happen. What was it? 5? Sure. Okay, so we're spending all our fuel, which is, great, because then we'll not have resources for other things. And we're going to win. None of those 1s this time, please. Okay, that's 10. I wish it was a little, more varied, like some 6s in there. Okay, I'm going to reroll the 2 3s with that card. Come on. That's 11. Plus my 1 gun is 13. It's not enough. Okay. I'll spend... Well, actually, let's see. Yeah, I guess... I'm just trying to figure out which ones I want to use. I'll use this one since there's already a cube on that, so I don't really want it. Okay, so I'm re-rolling the 3 because that was 1 symbol. 12. I need 3 more points and my gun will give me 2. All right, I got 2 more cards. I don't know. I guess the movie one. Come on, give you a 5 or a 6. Darn it. All right, and then this one is my last one. Oh, okay, is that it? Wait, 8, 13, 15? Yes! Of course, I have no resources left. And, oh, wait, I don't need 15. Oh, Mike, you need 16, you dummy. You need 16. Oh, my gosh. Okay. So I guess, do I lose? No, I do lose, don't I? Because I lost the combat, which would be a heart down. Darn it, people! Oh, it's going to be a short, stupid playthrough. Well, it's okay. This happens with the game sometimes, so it's valuable for people to see that. But I definitely put myself in a bad early position. I definitely had some bad luck, though. I mean, the dice rolls were not in my favor. But also, I chose to play cards that would put cities in lost position. So, yeah, I was not playing my best there. But that's the art project. But hey, since I died so stupidly quickly there, let's at least show you what some of the other boards look like. So Egypt is a vertical board, and you all start down here. And because you're going with the Nile, any movement you do to the north is free. But then any movement you do to the south costs the regular 1 fuel. So you're a lot more mobile, at least in some cases here. Also, a piece of art starts out there in the north, but will never spawn there again. Now, the big negative of this one is that a bunch more agents start out at the beginning, way more than in the other map. And also, as you can see, if you lose a city here, it's going to cut you off from your fellow players and completely lock you out of parts of the map. So the nice mobility is awesome, but it's definitely pretty punishing if things don't go well. And then there's the US map. You start in Dallas, and this one's interesting because you kind of have these little spaces that are out from these little hubs. So again, certain Lost City placements can really lock you out of a lot of spots. But a nice thing with this one is that anytime at least one of the characters ends the move step in Dallas, you get a free gun. Because I guess the makers of the game knew that there was some firearms in Texas. But that's it for that one. Not too different. Then you have the Scandinavia map. This one's interesting as you lose cities because you can kind of go almost everywhere from everywhere, so it's not as big of a deal if one city goes away. But the red lines cost 2 fuel instead of 1, so you don't necessarily want to let certain things get taken out. Now, the other big thing for this one is that certain places are way better to get art from than others. Whenever you capture a art piece, if it's in one of the cities with a red, you actually have a negative effect. And if it's in one of the green cities, you get a positive effect. 2 free radios, ammo, or fuel. Pretty amazing. So the card choice becomes a bit more interesting because you're really trying to push those certain cities and avoid others if you can. And then fifth is maybe my favorite, the Polynesian Islands. There's a ton of spaces, and 1 fuel lets you move anywhere. There is no contiguous spaces here. You can just go to any island you want. As an additional bonus, whenever you get a 3 of a kind, you get to pick which of the 2 islands showing that art type's symbol the actual art goes on. So you might be wondering what's the big negative, and it is a big one. Every time you place agents for icons, you double them. You place it on both of the things. So if I had a card, like this one that's saying 2 on books, I'm actually putting out 4 agents. So that is the terrifying part. You do have double the lost cities in this mode, though. You get these 3 extra ones just for this map. So you can afford to lose more cities, and clearly it's not going to stop you from moving. It's going to still be pretty easy to put out art. So this one is cool because you can really kind of afford to lose things a bit more easily, and I just really enjoy it. And then the last one, which is theoretically the most complicated, is Rio de Janeiro. A few big things here. You have to collect the art in specific order, so you have to get a portrait first, you have to get a book second. But the big bonus in this one is that whenever you move from a location that has art, you can bring the art with you, so you can turn it into a book or turn it into a sculpture. Oh, and also you can move for free along the red line, so you have a lot of flexibility there. So yeah, there you go. Hopefully that makes up for my shameful play in the actual playthrough. A little look at the other maps. And I will have a review of this one in a little bit, maybe in a week or two. But that was the art project, everybody. Thanks for watching. Good gaming, and I'll see you at the next stop.